Blessings and love. It is always a great day here at Refuge of Fortress. My name is Yemi Emmanuel. I go by PY.
And I'm Lonnie O.
And this is my Darling Bride podcast. Guys, we've come to the end of the year by the special grace of God on my Darling Bride podcast. Covered a lot of grounds this year. And this is going to be the last episode that we release this year in preparation for next year by the special grace of God. First and foremost, we want to thank everyone for your love and your support this year, 2023. And we know it's going to be better. It only gets better even in 2024. I want to thank those, our viewers, those who tap in, those who commented, those who liked, those who shared, those who subscribe, our new subscribers. We are very grateful for you, and we thank you for sticking with us thus far.
Just a quick summary of all the topics that we covered on Let's Talk About It, a segment of my Darling Bride podcast. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check on our YouTube page to go back and watch it. We talked about actively looking for a spouse or waiting on God. We talked about whether love marriage or arranged marriage is better. We talked about the 4 B's that marriage does not change. And lastly, we talked about what happens when you say I do. So these are the 4 topics that we've covered so far in our Let's Talk About It segment of my Darling Bride podcast. If you have not watched it, make sure you go back on our page and tune in and watch every single one of them.
Absolutely. And finally, we are also grateful to all our guests who showed up on this platform.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. I mean, Pastor Elijah, you showed out.
It could be somebody you met yesterday, they this way,
Yeah.
and next year they change. They
Wow.
somebody different. So,
Yeah.
but the core, to be honest, the core,
Yes, at the core,
is
yeah.
just the fear of the Lord. Somebody who knows God, who loves God. I think for me, if she never had that, the beauty won't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many.
Hey, hold on.
You know?
Hold on now.
Yeah.
I know the preacher in you wants to come out.
Yeah,
If
you know.
she doesn't have the fear of the Lord, the beauty doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
Come on, man.
Because there's so
Come
bro,
on.
there's so many beautiful ladies.
Come
There's so
on.
many beautiful ladies, and I'll say that again. Who got beauty upon beauty, but they don't have, the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
it.
Like this. For me, that is the string, man, that holds you steady.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, you'll flow. If the water is this way, you'll flow with them. You know what I'm saying? So the fear of the Lord keeps her character constant.
The Faladay
She's from my culture.
culture. Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm saying this because I have dated other culture. And
Mm-hmm.
it didn't work well for me.
Elaborate on that. I want you to elaborate on that. Why was culture important to you? In America, for example, there's white America, there's black America, right? And those are 2 completely different cultures,
Right.
despite the fact that they are both Americans,
American. Yeah. Because first of all, when I get someone from my own culture, it solves a lot of misunderstandings,
right?
a lot of differences. And when I say not only being a Yoruba, also from my own state, home state, Ekiti. So certain things I don't have to address because we both drank from that same water. And if I blink, she knows, okay, this is what I meant by my actions or my body language.
So what you're saying essentially is, when you from my culture, what's understood needs no explanation. Like, if we drink from the same water, I don't have to be explaining too much.
Too much.
You just understand. I mean,
And
I love it.
That just solves a whole lot of.
Yes. The Akinwusi, despite knowing the difficulty of long distance relationship, despite knowing the activities he was involving himself with, but despite knowing all the knowings that you knew, what did it for you? What top 3 qualities did he have that still made you say, you know what? But I'm gonna say yes to this forever.
All right. So the first thing is my own personal conviction. God. And then second of all, the commitment, you know, that he did devoted into making us work. And then the third one for me was the fact that I could submit to him, submit to his leadership, submit to his authority.
The Brunachis. What were you looking for in a significant other?
Number one for me is family oriented. So I think that's one place where we definitely saw eye to eye. Respectful and beautiful.
You mentioned a word right there, respectful. That's a word you don't find often in this generation anymore. Why was respect important for you?
Because I've been on the other side of it where I've experienced disrespect. And I never liked how that felt. So I knew the things that I didn't like.
And what is the picture of respect for you?
She's always considerate of how I feel, just how she speaks to me. She treats the things that I care about with care herself. And just in terms of like handling me emotionally and things of that sort, she's gentle.
The Adelacoons.
I think there's also that period where people say, how do I know she's the one? I don't necessarily feel you have to date somebody to know whether she's the one. She's the one. In terms of your values, like obviously other things you have to think, other things you have to discuss in dating phase, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I checked that out already, like for months before I sent her that message. I checked out, I created scenarios where we'll be together with maybe other people, look at the things she said, the things that she valued, the kind of things she liked. So those are the things that now made me form that, oh no, this person is something interesting here. Right? So I think people don't have that, or people think that they have to be in a relationship to find out. And I don't think you have to be, like, you can be friends and then find out.
But that's a hack. That's a hack right there. For a lot of people who don't know, if you're listening to this is a hack right there. Why? Because if you ask them, they may lie to you, or they may tell you what you want to hear. What are your values? My vow, I'm God-fearing. I go to church. They may tell you, they may look at you and size you up and say, if I tell him this, he may not talk to me anymore. But let me tell him what he wants to hear.
But in the midst of friends.
Exactly. So now what you've done is you paid attention to what they're not saying. You guys all showed out. You showed out, and we are more than grateful for you. Thank you all so much for sharing your story, for opening up, and for not holding back in sharing your story. Thank you to those who came as a couple. Thank you to those who came alone. And we thank your spouse as well in absentia. And then thank you also to those who we actually got a chance to record, but for whatever reason, one thing or the other, their episode didn't make it onto this season. And we're going to re-record or get them back again in the studio next year for another season by the special grace of God. But for everyone who came into the studio, who joined online, who tapped in virtually or in person, I want to say thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Yes.
All right. So now, what can we expect for 2024? We're moving on to the next phase of ministry, of channel, of our podcast, of everything in 2024. And that's the thing, right? The Bible says the path of the righteous, it shines brighter and brighter and brighter until the full day. And that means that even as believers, whatever we do gets better and better and better and better until the full day. So next year, we're going to be activating fully by the special grace of God our first chapter within the culture. The first chapter, which is the Dallas chapter, is going to be activated. Philia Dallas, by the special grace of God, is going to be fully activated. And when I say fully activated, I'm talking about from online standpoint and in-person standpoint. A lot of things we've been doing has been online so far. We've done some events here and there in person, in Maryland, here in Dallas. But with the focus being on Philia Dallas, the Dallas chapter right now, there's going to be a lot of in-person activities and programs in effort to build our community one city at a time, one chapter at a time. So what does that look like for Philia Dallas fam? There's going to be monthly Philia experiences that's going to be happening every third week of the month. And right after that, we're going to have what we call Tribe Night. Tribe Night is a time where we come together for a time of fellowship. Discipleship, and dispatching, right? We're not just coming to learn the word. We're going to learn for our benefit, but also to win souls, to go ye therefore and make disciples of all nations, right? So we're discipled, and then we're also dispatched to get out there into the word and actually do the work. That's the whole point. That's how we see ministry. That's how we understand ministry. And that's going to be reflective in the things that we do as a community. And then on the alternating months, we're going to have, of course, our monthly Philia experiences, but then we're also going to have something we call Tribe Connect. And Tribe Connect is a time where we get out there, out of the four walls of our homes, out of the four walls of the church, whatever you want to call it, right? We're actually out there doing life together, whatever that means, right? It could be having fun together, going to a program together, going to conventions together, going to picnics, just doing, being intentional about doing life together. The real focus of Tribe Connect is building meaningful relationship and forging lifelong connections with people. Meaningful relationships and forging lifelong connections. I love it when friends become family, right? It's like, and we have a lot of those, right? We have a lot of friends who seeing us together now, you would think we were born by the same mother and the same father, because we've just grown to be family, right? So, and that's what we're going to also try to replicate here in Dallas by the special grace of God. So that is what to expect next year as far as the community is concerned. What else can they expect?
Our online program is still going to be ongoing as we've been doing this year, 2023. We thank God for the grace to be able to complete 2023 doing it. And 2024 is going to keep going. We're going to have our weekly prayers, our the Secret Place prayers. That's going to be every Monday now, instead of every Friday, right? It's going to be every Monday, and then we're going to be having our Truth Thursdays that we have now. It's going to continue every Thursday, and also our My Darling Bride podcast will also continue every Sunday. So our online program is ongoing.
So please put us in prayer as we proceed on to 2024 by the special grace of God. So as we close out the year, there's going to be 2 weeks left in the year, right? And then we're in 2024 by the special grace of God. Our 21 days year-end prayer and fasting continues.
It's ongoing,
It's ongoing. We've had our first week by the special grace of God, 5 days of prayer and fasting, Monday to Friday last week, and it was powerful. The response were great. We love every one of you who tapped in from Facebook and YouTube. God bless you richly. We're taking it to another level next week on Monday. Again, please don't miss it for anything. If you haven't been joining, it's not too late to join. You still can join.
2 weeks left.
It's 2 weeks left.
Don't miss out.
Don't miss out. We've done the first 7 days. We're going on for another 14 days. You can still do 14 days as well. But this is the instruction that we got from God that every year end we're going to be doing a 21 days prayer and fasting in preparation for the following year. We're also going to do it again. We're going to do it again mid-year next year by the special grace of God. So we'll do it twice a year. Mid-year, 21 days prayer and fasting. Year-end, 21-day prayer and fasting by the special grace of God. So that will be ongoing until the end of the year. Well, fasting till 3 minimum. You can break at 6 if you want to 6 p.m. But we're saying that don't break your fast. Push as best as you can until after 3. Join us for prayer every day, Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Eastern time. And then also make it a priority, make it a point to pray individually as well.
Yes.
Because what we do is just our corporate prayer, but you still have to pray also. And there will be no truth. There will be no TSP, as you know it, the weekly TSP prayer, TSPP. That won't be going on. Instead, we'll have our 21 days prayer and fasting.
And this is our last
and this is going to be the last MDB
for the year
2023. We're going to be going into a new season next year, a completely different topic, a completely different set of people coming to share their story with us. I hope you're excited for it. I know we are. But this is it. That's all we have for today. Finally, season's greetings to you all. Some people are celebrating Kwanzaa, other people are celebrating Christmas. whatever whatever you're celebrating.
Happy
at this
holidays.
Time, happy holidays
Merry
to
Christmas.
you. Merry Christmas to you, and happy New Year's in advance to you as well. Please continue to tap in with us online on social media, even though we're not, doing MDB for the next 2 weeks or Truth for the next 2 weeks. There are still things that are ongoing, so please continue to tap in every day by the special grace of God, not only on YouTube, also on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Thank
all right.
you.
Thank you all so much. And that's all we have for this year,
For this year
on MDB. I hope we've been able to share a tip or two so far to help you move you towards a kingdom fulfilled relationship, not only with yourself, but also with others, and most importantly, with God.
Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to share, and to comment down below.
And until next time, be the light,
be the salt.
And remember,
all things are possible if you believe.